Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl, Neek LeClaire, and you are tuned into Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about all of the hoopla and all of the mess going on social media right after this countdown. Okay. We are out here in Beverly Hills with Raz B. I haven't seen you on the scene in a minute, so let the people know what you've been up to. Hey, what's up? I got Amara La Negra here with me tonight at the A Toast to Young Hollywood event. Hey guys, so I have the beautiful Layla Ali with me tonight. So I just want to first start off by saying your Instagram is an inspiration to go on a path to eat healthy. And, you know, it is your 50th birthday. You don't look a day over 25.
You know what?
Let us know how you do it.
First, everybody always say that. I think that's so cliche, and people know you don't look 25. Now, if you would have said maybe 40.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Neek at Night, and we have Keith Powers with us tonight.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
You know, a lot of girls was like putting you as their, man crush, and you was their, aspiration to take you off the market. And when you came out with Bay, you crushed a lot of people. Like, hey guys, so I have Daniel Cormier with me tonight, and it's crazy because my first UFC fight happened to be your fight.
I'm glad you were able to watch the first fight and it was mine and I won, because that could be some bad memories.
Right, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen it and I seen him
thought I
come,
was gonna get my ass kicked.
yeah,
Look at you.
Hey, I'm not gonna tell a lie, okay? I'm gonna keep it honest. Definitely experience, you guys. That's Amarian, and we're at his word for word screening. It was super dope. Make sure you check it out. It drops tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
It's your partner, Big Boy. What's happening in the voice of Los Angeles? Hello. You know what I do at night? I watch Neek at Night. Show you right. You thought I was going to say something crazy. Thought I was going to say something disgusting and nasty. Yeah. But guess what? When I watch that Neek at Night, I may be doing something disgusting and nasty. Look at her. Hello.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl, Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here, we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now and turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. I'm a woman who has a website as well. I sell lingerie, adult toys, sexy pajamas, and I even got stuff for going out to the club, nighttime wear, all of those goodies for you as well. You can find this along with a whole bunch of other new goodies. You can find this at www.neekatnight.com. I'm just going to do a live video and we're going to get this done, and it's going to be bada bing, bada boom. Hey, what's up? What's up? What y'all doing? How y'all doing? We are going to be talking about a few things tonight, whatever. You know what? Even if I go live in the daytime, it is still Neek at Night, because when you enter into this room, you enter into this channel, you are here at night with Neek at Night. I don't care if it's 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 p.m., whatever. It's always Neek at Night over here. So, hey, how y'all doing tonight? I want to know how y'all feeling. We're gonna talk about a couple of things before we get into the fiasco that took place with Tommy Sotomayor and the woman who basically put the pause on him. We're gonna talk about all of that in a second, but first we're gonna talk about Danny Lay's brother. I mean, child, I cannot. So, okay. So a few days or last week or so, at first when I reported this, I thought that it was a DaBaby's video shoot. I thought that he was having a video shoot because that's what people first were saying. Come to find out, what was going on was London on the Track was having a birthday party, and while he was having a birthday party, he had, all kind of people there. So when I found out that it wasn't a dedicated video shoot for DaBaby, then it kind of made more sense why Danny Lake's brother was there and why he was there by himself, because he did not go there with the intention to fight somebody. He was going there to celebrate London on the Track's birthday, and he so happened to run into DaBaby. Now, whether he knew DaBaby was going to be there or whether he did not know, he should definitely always be on alert, because he made threats to DaBaby, and he said that when he seen him, it was going to be on sight. He said that he wanted to fight him, and he said that he was going to do him bad and cause him harm and, put the brakes on him. And a lot of people, we looked at that and we kind of, respected it from a brother standpoint. When you see somebody who is coming after your sister and you feel like they disrespected her, as a brother, it's your right, or a family member, it's your right to defend that person. Now, when he started to talk about how he wanted to do a boxing match and he wanted to make all of these millions, and he talked about he had $2 million to put down on it, I told y'all in my last video, those statements to me sounded a little clout chasey. It sounded like, instead of you just wanting to defend your sister, that is now teetering into a clout chase. And then people was saying, it was okay. And I'm like, nah, if I was DaBaby, I'm not about to set up no boxing ring. Catch me when you see me when you can. Period. I wouldn't put no money in his pocket to set up no ring. If you want to see about your sister, see about your sister. You don't need to set up no boxing match. That's clout chasey. Now, what he is doing now is even more of a clout chase, and he is now trying to sue DaBaby. So DaBaby seen him, and even though I don't agree with him being jumped, let's be honest, it was, it was really, like Lucky said in my last live, they was adjusting his braids, okay? They was pulling hair. So he didn't even really get like beat up. Like, if he would have really got like beat up, and he would have had all this stuff going on, that would have been different. But you said that you were going to fight this man on site. So when he fought you on site and you didn't even really get beat up like that, I don't feel like that was warranted for you to now be trying to sue. I feel like you trying to sue at this point, it's looking like you wasn't really looking out to try to, do anything for your sister. You was looking for a bag the whole time. And for me, that's not respected. Just like I don't respect jumping, I don't respect this either, because you didn't get beat up like that. Like, you just got your little braids adjusted. They pulled you, they yanked on your hair or whatever. You didn't really get beat up to be trying to sue people and all of that. Like, you said you was going to beat him up. You said you was going to put the brakes on him. It didn't go that way. Catch him another day and knock him out like you said. But to be trying to sue, I feel like that's whack. So according to TMZ, he is claiming that he now wants to sue DaBaby because, according to the lawsuit, it says Brandon claims he walked by DaBaby in the bowling alley when DaBaby suddenly attacked him, leaving him with severe injury and pain. Brandon claims he didn't fight back and says DaBaby assault resulted in physical and psychological damage, plus medical bills, and he sustained a disability. As we reported, the brawl was caught on camera with the fight spilling into the bowling lane. Law enforcement says that they are now investigating DaBaby for assault with a deadly weapon because Brandon was kicked in the head while on the ground. DaBaby already claimed it was self-defense, and he's been banned from the bowling alley in Topanga Canyon. So that is the report right there. Thomas B says he could give the lawsuit money to his family. I feel like it's still whack. If you want to see about something for your sister, see about something for your sister. All these extra theatrics, save it. The boxing ring, trying to set up all that, save it. If a man violates your sister and you want to see about him, see about him. And the first time you seen about him, it didn't really go your way. See him again and catch him on the next round when y'all not on slippery ground, and get him that way. But to openly make threats to somebody and say, oh, I'm going to do him bad, I'm going to hurt him, I'm going to do all of this and this and that, and then now you're suing because your braids got adjusted. I feel like that's whack, in my opinion. I feel like that was I was like, what's going on? What's going on here? That's a little lame. Anyways, the next person I wanted to talk about was Trey Songz. So Trey Songz got hit with yet another lawsuit involving a woman and an allegation of him not having, proper conduct. According to reports, it is saying that I guess it first initially started out as consenting behavior. Then, according to the woman, she says that it then turned into savage mode and it got aggressive. So, let's talk about this real quick. Let me read what is being accused. So, this woman who goes by Jane Doe is saying that she had a consensual hanky-panky relationship with Trey before the alleged incident on March 24th, 2016. Now, okay, she claims he suddenly turned into a savage R word. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, the woman claims Trey invited her to a house party in LA where he invited her upstairs for what she believed would be consensual hanky-panky. Instead, she claims Trey repeatedly asked her if he could get that booncha cat on the way upstairs. So she's thinking that they were going to have it, in the front. And she says that he was asking if he could get it in the back. Okay. And so she thought it was going to be some going down in the front. He wanted the back. He said, let me get the back. Okay. And then she says that she repeatedly told him no and to stop asking. In the docs, the woman claims that Trey's demeanor changed upon entering the bedroom. She says he threw her to the ground, ripped her pants off, pinned her down face first, and forced his stuff into her booncha cat in the back without her consent. The woman claims she screamed in pain and begged Trey to stop, and even tried fighting him off, but says she was overpowered. In the suit, the woman says someone entered the room during the alleged, taking of the back side. And, it gave her hope that, in what she described as a brutal R word attempt. Okay. She says the person quickly left the room and Trey kept taking the booncha cat from the back. The woman claims that she was only able to escape after Trey finished and stopped taking her booncha cat. Okay. So she and grabbing her clothes except for her underwear and running outside to call an Uber. In the docs, the woman says her Uber driver noticed that she was in distress and rerouted her to a hospital where she claims a blank exam to test if that, went down. She said they test her for that, that type of kit. And then she said that the police were called. The woman says the exam showed that she had severe backside tearing that could require surgery. But she says she didn't name Trey to the police because she was in shock and fearing for her life. She is now suing Trey for $20 million in damages. The woman's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, is also representing two other women who are suing Trey for alleged, hanky-panky in Miami and Las Vegas. We first told you that Trey's legal team is accusing Mitchell of witness tampering in the Miami situation, and Mitchell denies that. Mitchell and the woman's other attorney, George Verbeck, victims are coming forward every day. Just know that you are not alone, and this behavior is unacceptable, George Verbeck, and I will not deter by bullying or intimidation tactics, blah, blah, blah. So that is what is being reported about Trey about his behavior. Now, his brother came forward and came to his defense, and his brother said that this was basically a witch hunt in order to frame his brother by these said lawyers. And he's saying that all of these allegations are coming from the same lawyers, and he is alleging that they are trying to just, be out to get his bro. Okay. I'm going to pull up what the brother had to say right now. Let me delete that. Let me see if he. So his brother took to social media to defend him, and his brother basically said that y'all need to put some respect on his brother's name. He says that, this is just a attempt from a lawyer to try to frame him. Somebody said, when did this happen? This happened in 2016. So this happened, what is that? 6 years ago? Is that 6 years ago? Because we in 2022. Yeah, that's 6 years ago. So this happened 6 years ago. So the brother says, y'all have this wild misconception that he has all these R-word allegations when he doesn't. All the ones you've been seeing are from the same lawyer. How on earth is that not coincidental to y'all? He went on to then say, after saying that, he says, I wish every single person who says Kiki would go back and watch the interview. Y'all just going with what this morphed into. She never accused him of any hanky panky. She was speaking to his energy and desire to have her in a video. She didn't want to be in, and again, that was her prerogative. It says, y'all keep hollering Kiki. Go back and watch the interview. She never said he laid a finger on her. She was upset she was in a music video. So basically, he's saying y'all running with some narrative that's not true. There is basically a witch hunt from the same lawyer to try to get all of this stuff on him. And I think he even went on to say how ironic it was how it was always the same amount of money is coming from, like, all of these allegations was coming from this attorney, and they were all for 20 million, 20 million, 20 million. And he felt like that was coincidental. There was a lot of people who felt divided. There was people who felt like, well, if there's all these allegations throughout the years, there's different women, different incidents, and things like that, people felt like they couldn't all be lying. Then there was people who felt like, when it pertains to these cases, you hear allegations being thrown out, you hear dollar amounts that they're suing for, but then you don't ever really hear about the people pressing charges. So the flip side of it, people were looking at it like, if these women wanted justice, why are they always just trying to go for the bag? And why do we never know who they are? And why do we never have proof? So there was two flip sides of the coin. There was people feeling like there's too many stories of this happening for it not to be true. And then there was people feeling like we always hear about them going after money after decades go by. And when there's no proof, and then, there isn't any criminal charges that are filed. All right. So the next person that we're going to talk about is Tommy Sotomayor. So Tommy Sotomayor was on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Show is scheduled to start in
And while
3 seconds.
All right, and while he was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, he ended up getting into with a woman by the name of Shay. So I posted a clip on my Instagram, and it got a lot of action in the comments. Now, a lot of women were going back and forth and back about this situation and giving their opinion about it. So we're going to discuss this. And I kind of want to hear from more women than I do men, because the stuff that I've been seeing coming out of a lot of men's mouths as it pertains to this is kind of disgusting. And I'm not really sure if I want to hear from men, but the number to call in is 563-999-3643. So basically, this woman, Shay, she went on to the Fresh and Fit podcast. And while she was on the Fresh and Fit podcast, her and Tommy Sotomayor got into a altercation. Now, they basically started to have some words exchange, and she was basically talking about how he got finessed out of some money. So in the thing, she was basically saying like, oh, you know, he got finessed. Hold on, let me get this off of here. Okay, Laquita, I see. All right. So in this little exchange, they go back and forth, and he was calling her all kind of black bees. He was like, you black bee this, your weave too tight, the glue to this, your gap tooth, this, that, talk about her gap tooth, calling her a bag of bees and all kind of stuff like that. So when he called her a bag of bees, she was holding the mic, and I guess they stood up, and I guess according to him, she dropped the mic on his foot. Now, on the footage, you can see the footage on my Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, neek@night_, you can see the exchange, and you can see her basically putting the pause on Tommy and then them being separated and whatnot. Well, after this exchange, he then went to talk about it, and he was talking about black women, and he was basically saying the darker the berry, the dumber the bee. So he was saying, that's why he don't deal with black bees, because the darker the berry, the dumber the bee. And he was claiming that she was jealous of a light-skinned girl, and that was the reason why she had her issue. She claimed that he flew her and her friend out, and they were trying to do OnlyFans. And basically, he was throwing subliminal shots to her on the podcast, which is why they started to have words. So let me give you a breakdown of the aftermath once they started talking. Like I said, he said that it was the blacker the berry, the dumber the bee. Let me show y'all that first, and then I'll show y'all. I'll give y'all a recap of what she said, the reason why it happened.
Gotta love it dealing with black holes. I tell you what. I told y'all a long time ago, they say the blacker the berry, dumber the bitch. It is true. It is true. It is true. Blacker the berry, the dumber the bitch. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Tommy Sotomayor. I want to talk to y'all a little bit. Hey, I think this is going to be fun. The woman, first I was just going to let it go. The woman went out of her way to want to fight. Oh, no. I'm suing. Sure am.
All right. So he goes on to say that he was going to let it go. I was going to let it go. I was going to let it go. I wasn't going to say nothing. But because she told Fresh and Fit that I was talking about them behind their back, now I want to sue her. And he goes on to say, oh, she's jealous. You can also see this on my Instagram. He goes on to say, oh, she's jealous because, the light-skinned girl got the attention, and she was jealous of the light-skinned girl, blah, 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 blah. Well, the woman, she talked about how this situation happened, and I'm going to share a little bit of what she said, and then I'm going to break down what she said when she went on another podcast in another show.
When crazy, I set you free, and that's what happened. A nigga tried me, and I had to show him how the fuck that Texas shit get down. I don't give a fuck, nigga. The truth is the truth. Nigga, you tried to fuck this pussy, Tommy. You flew me out to Atlanta, and I didn't give you no pussy.
All right, she's a little vulgar. I didn't realize she was that vulgar like that. But you can also see this on my Instagram as well. So basically, in a nutshell, what led to her putting the pause on him is because prior to her going on Fresh and Fit. Now, anybody who has been on the internet as of late, you can definitely see that Fresh and Fit get a rise, just like a lot of the red pill community. A lot of them get a rise out of disrespecting Black women. They don't F with Black women. They look at us like bonquiquis, and they look at us like ghetto ratchet women, even though all of the white girls that they go after have way more ratchet behavior and act way wilder. And, you know, they want to get with the white girls that's sugar babies, and they want to get with the white girls who are, you know, doing all of the stuff that is quote unquote ratchet, but it's acceptable because they're white, but they don't want to deal with Black women because, you know, But anyways, it's very clear that they don't deal with Black women. They have a lot of clips where they are talking about how, you know, they don't date Black women. They say they don't dabble in the brown or dabble in the dark or whatever stupid statement that they said. And it's very clear. So Shay, the woman attached to this, she says that, oh, my first time hearing about them is when the Asian doll situation happened. So the Asian doll situation happened when we all found out and learned about all of these clips of them saying they don't dabble in the dark and disrespecting Black women, blah, blah. So according to Shay, the woman who was in this situation with Tommy, she says that once she's seen that, she decided to go on the show because according to her words verbatim, she wanted to see how they treated her. Anyway, so somewhere in between that, she then decided to have communication with Tommy Sotomayor. And her friend, some girl named Bladia, do OnlyFans. So according to Shay, she was negotiating to sell the Cuda Cat for $5,000 for each of her and her friend. She says that, you know, the negotiation was $5,000 for the Cuda Cat, and Tommy Sotomayor stopped talking to her and then started communicating with her friend. They both flew out to, I guess, where he lives. I think she said Atlanta. And then after that, she said that they were watching TV. They were watching something on Netflix. And he said, let's make some content. She says that she wanted to lay on the couch. And then her friend says that they finessed Tommy Sotomayor out of $2,500. She says that she did not sleep with him, but her friend did. Now, Shay, a finesse is when you don't give up the Cuda Cat and you get the money. Okay? If you're dealing with a guy and he cashed you out and you didn't have to do nothing, that's a finesse. Whenever you get money from a guy and you give him the Cuda Cat, he basically paid for the coochie. You didn't finesse him. He paid for a service. You gave him a service. So anyways, so she says when she went on to the Fresh and Fit podcast, after she didn't hump him, but her friend did, she says that when they were recording the podcast, Tommy Sotomayor kept making slick jabs. So she was saying that he was saying like little slick jabs by saying, oh, if you fly a girl out and she don't give you no nookie, blah, 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 blah. And she said he kept throwing slugs out. So then she got mad. So then that's how the argument happened. You know, she wanted to see if she would be treated better. She wanted to go on the Fresh and Fit podcast because she was aware of the Asian doll thing. That was the first time she heard of them, and she wanted to see if she got treated better. And she associated herself with Tommy Sotomayor. And then after the fact, she claims that when she got home, she was mad at Tommy Sotomayor because of him dissing Black women on his show. Now, I understand that sometimes we get blindsided by lames. Sometimes we get blindsided by revenge of the nerds, the gameless guys who are mad that they have no game, no mouthpiece. And they, I understand sometimes you get blindsided by these goofballs, because I was recently blindsided by a goofball. We're not going to say no names because I already said the goof's name too much in prior videos, but y'all know who I'm talking about. I viewed his video, the video on the woman that he was not fond of. He seemed to be fair to me. He seemed like he didn't really care for her, but he also seemed fair and balanced. So I had him on my show not knowing that he was a petty queen. It happens. Sometimes we get blindsided. However, this right here was not a blindside. This right here has years and years and years of documentation of disrespecting Black women. This ain't no newcomer YouTuber who only been around for a little of a year. This person has been on YouTube for years and years and years and has well documented behavior of not liking Black women, disrespecting Black women, and saying very, very, very effed up and jacked up stuff about us. So this ain't one of them blind sides from a goofy Revenge of the Nerd. This is blatant. You've seen his behavior and you thought I could be different. I'm different. Just like you said, I seen the Fresh and Fit controversy with Asian doll, but I wanted to go on to see if I would be, see how they would treat me. But it's like, if you see that they didn't treat another Black woman right, and it's not just one incident, it's several incidents of constant behavior over and over and over and over again. And then you associate somebody like Tommy. It's like both of them to me was kind of like, Tommy's a doofus, and I felt like, girl, what was you doing dealing with him? So because she put the pause on him, he decided to then file a police report. So he says that he is now going to sue her. He says, "Oh, yes, I surely did file a police report on Miss Blank for assault. And yes, I will be pursuing it to the fullest, since if a man did it to a woman, he would be under the jail. Since I can't hit her back, I will do the court thing, especially since she all over the internet bragging about this situation. It's time for men to stand up and stop the abuse they suffer at the hands of Black women. They love to claim some white woman will do is wrong. All the while, they are the main ones doing this stuff. I'm going to start a movement. P.S. Join my OnlyFans to see the video that made her mad and jealous because her light-skinned friend got the BBC." Tommy, if you don't sit your your freaking peanut freaking head self down somewhere talking about some child, and Shay, I hate that your butt gave him the ammo to even use that dusty tired, oh, the Black women always try to do us. No, shut up. don't even have the words, child. I don't even have the words. But, stuff like this really irritates me because aside from Shay going on there when she had no business to go on there in the first place, it's dudes like Tommy Sotomayor and the other moist boys of the red pill community that really get under my skin and grind my gears because they will literally gaslight the F out of you on purpose to get a reaction out of you. They will literally do certain stuff to try to, poke the bear and call you all these names and do all of this stuff, but then act like, see, you see, Black women are masculine. Black women are this when they get a reaction. Like, damn well what type of reaction you was going to get when you was saying all of the stuff that you was saying. You was asking for that reaction. So it really grinds my gears when people try to use that crap like, look, Black women are this and Black women are that. But yeah, you a Black man talking all this game goofy crap about a Black woman, knowing what was going to trigger and what was not. You know what I'm saying? Just a goofy mess. Both of the situations, both of them, I looked at both of them like both got on my nerves. It was the after stuff that Shay was saying for me that really got on my nerves. Like, I watched her whole little stuff, her whole little thing when she went on that other platform and she was saying, and it was that really made me feel some type of way. Like when she said out of her mouth, oh yeah, I heard of them for the first time with Asian Doll, and I went on there to see how they would treat. Like what? Anyways, let's go to the phone lines. 7545. Hello. The calling number is on the screen. Yes. Hello.
So, Nick, I don't understand really why would this young lady go on a platform that she's aware of has a bunch of anti-Black women on it. Like, even if she was trying to get or yield a different response from Tony Sotomayor, the rest of the demographics weren't dark-skinned Black women friendly either. It was a bunch of non-Black women on one side of the panel, and then non-Black women on the other side of the panel, or light women. She was the only one, I believe, that was brown skinned in that setting, and she expected a different kind of outcome, which is confusing to me. They even sat her in the seat exactly next to Tommy. It seemed like that was almost intentional also. Instead of sitting one of his preference ones next to him, they put her exactly next to him. It was like they was triggering her anyway. They knew what was gonna happen.
Right. And she, according to her, she claimed she didn't know Tommy was gonna be there. So they do stuff like that on purpose, like try to put, like how the reality shows VH1 Loving Hip Hop, they put you in situations that you wouldn't normally agree to be in just to get a reaction.
Exactly.
That's basically
That's
basically what it was.
And she didn't go in a situation where she was allied up. So another thing that community, which is very anti-Black woman, that community likes to do things to emotionally trigger women. They like to say triggering words. They like to use triggering phrases. Like, look at Tommy Sotomayor. This man ain't even got a neck. Like, she allowed this man that looks like this to trigger her in such a way that she put her hands on him. But she could have outsmarted Tommy. I think he got 6 kids and 6 baby moms and is, deficient in his child support. He literally is the example of what's plaguing the Black community. Yet he gonna come at her with a bunch of nonsense and blah, blah, blah to trigger her to use her emotions to get angry in that angry Black woman setting that they try to play in. And like, to me, it's like, it's not even cool. He knew what he was doing. They knew what they was doing.
Yeah, it was whack. It was whack. Like, I was just looking at it and I'm just like, he's a freaking bird. And what he does is expected. But the stuff that came out of her mouth as a response as to why, I was like, it was I seen Asian Doll and that's how I first knew about them, but I wanted to see how they would treat me. That it was that for me. I'm like what?
Right. And again, she picked her battle. Like, she knew that based on what she was saying, the setting she had involved herself in was problematic to begin with. So she had already set in with a problematic mindset in a problematic situation, and things escalated in the manner that they was going to escalate in. It was a setup all across the board, and her mindset lets you know that she wanted this. She had to have, because any woman that carries themselves of a different kind of caliber would have never sat there and allowed themselves to be put into that situation. She could have easily walked away.
But yeah, I mean, it's a mess. If you guys are clicking the StreamYard link, the link is for people who want to be on camera, and I will show you on the screen. If you don't want to be on camera, then you need to call the number that's on the call-in. So the call-in number is 563-999-3643. If you want to come on the screen and you want to come and talk, especially if Shay is watching. Shay, if you are watching, I would love to have a conversation with you. Not to badger you, just to talk. Cause sis, when you said you seen Asian Doll and you wanted to see if you would be treated different, I was just kind of feeling some type of way about that. That kind of didn't really sit right with me, knowing that you seen all of the clips that surfaced behind that. It wasn't just the Asian Doll thing. So if Shay is watching, I would love for the Night Owls to send Shay this link on her Instagram so she can come and have a conversation with us. Her Instagram, I believe, is ChayMeanSSS. So if Shay is watching, I would love for her to click the link and have a conversation. Thank you so much, 7545.
Thank you.
All right. 8900.
Hey, Nick, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so I just wanted to say, first of all, the previous caller said Tommy has 6 children and 6 baby moms. That's not true, according to what he said. But I just think that the girl, she was wrong in the fact that she put her hands on Tommy.
Yeah, hold on one second. Wait. Somebody said, I believe her IG is shut down. I just gave you guys her new IG. Her old IG was shut down, but the new one is ChayMean, and then it's 3 S's at the end. So that's her new one. But go ahead.
But yeah, and even to surround herself or put herself in that environment, like, you got to know with these all manosphere podcasts that they're going to degrade women or they're going to talk bad about you. So, you know, if you're going to be triggered, then you might as well not be there. So I think Tommy came up because now he's going to sue you because you put your hands on him when you shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
It's a lot of background noise. Can you roll your window up or something? Are you driving?
Yeah, is it better? It's not, it's cool. I'll just go in the chat.
It's a lot of back. You can't roll your window up?
My windows are up. So, yeah.
Maybe you got headphones, so it's like picking up. It's picking up a lot of sound in the background. You got headphones on?
Hello, is this better?
Yeah, that's better. Now go ahead. Better? Yeah, that's much better. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, Tommy came up because she should have never put her hands on him, especially just watching some of his videos. I already know that he says things to trigger women. So it's just kind of like you fell in the trap.
So are you a Tommy Sotomayor supporter? You agree with men gaslighting women?
No, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a supporter, but he is a comedian. He's an entertainer. I don't get triggered by what he says. So, I mean, you know, I haven't watched one of his videos in a long, long time, but there were certain topics that he broke down and it was funny. So, I mean, as far as the black bitch thing, just kind of like you choose to get triggered by it or you choose not to.
So,
I think
as long as you are, so because he can make you laugh on a couple of videos, you dismiss all of the disrespectful stuff. that he say about black women, you dismiss it for entertainment purposes? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, what has he said disrespectful about black women? Like, he said disrespectful things about black bitches, but I think that's the thing about watching him. You got to kind of keep what he says, because not all women are bitches.
So you think that, so you're one of the ones that feel like, oh, I'm different because he said about black bees, but I'm a black woman, so I'm different. Okay, I get it.
I mean, I wouldn't be in a room with Tommy Sotomayor, so I don't got to worry about getting triggered. So, like I said, I haven't watched his videos in a while, but I know he's an entertainer. And even this situation is like, could be used for content for him.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
All right. Thanks, Nick.
All right. That's the problem. A lot of people feel like Shay. Shay felt like, I'm a black woman, but I want to see how I get treated different. And it's a lot of people who feel like, you know, he talking about black bees. I'm a black woman. He ain't talking about me. A lot of people feel like they are above it. Like, no, he talking about all of us. If you darker than a brown paper bag, he talking about you, whether you consider yourself a woman or not. He ain't effing with you. He think you are a dumb bee. That's just crazy. 9238. Hold on one second. I have two people who clicked the link. The link is for if you want to be on video. So if you want to be on video, then click the StreamYard link and I'll bring you on. If you guys want to just call in and talk, call the call-in number that is on the screen. The video is for the link. If you want to come and you want to be on video, click the link. If you want to all right. I'll take hold on, wait 1 second. 9238. If you want to be on video, we'll take you. Hello? You got to cut it off in the back.
Hey, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what I have to say is the door is always open. He can always lead the situation.
Okay.
Like if he felt like
you got to cut it off in the back. You got it playing on somewhere. You got to turn it off on your computer.
Okay. Yeah, the door is always open. If the woman have you trigger like that, then leave. And he claimed that Fresh and Fit set him up. They did not set you up, bro. You knew the chick. If you was uncomfortable, and then I find out you're texting the girl. Come on. So exit the situation. So you automatically lose in that situation. And I see a lot of dudes defending him. I understand, but bruh, double standards exist for a reason. Unfortunately, you're gonna look like an ass in this one, you know. So that's all I gotta say about it. He's a loser on this end. A lot of brothers on YouTube right now that's reacting. They saying like he should have beat her butt or whatever or something like that. Like I would have left.
He said that on his page. I caught the end of his live, but he says I feel bad because I didn't whoop her a.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen the whole darker the woman. The dumber. I'm not gonna say that. That was ignorant as hell. And I used to follow that dude and then I stopped following when I started hearing stuff like that. Like you didn't have to go that route. Like, come on, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I wanted to say. I don't want to stay on too long, but he could have exited that situation. He could have exited that situation. Door's right there. Leave. Yeah. Or tell them to rearrange the seats.
What did you think about him filing a police report?
A B move. That's a B move. Like, I'm not gonna say the word, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
That was a B move. Come on now. Like it looked like she tapped him. It didn't look like she socked him out.
He claiming
You know what I mean? Like
he said his foot hurt because she dropped the mic on his foot.
You said what?
He said his foot hurt because she dropped the mic on his foot.
Okay. I mean, okay. I mean, he got. Okay, because he can't go out like that. He can't go out like that. Like, oh man, that punch really hurt me. He don't really like a P word. But hey, you can laugh, bro. Like, and then like you trying to hit her. Y'all texting each other. She showed the text messages. Later on, did you see it?
Yeah, I seen it where he was saying, "What did I do wrong?" And
yeah. So he knew the situation. Like people capping right now. I mean, I'm a guy. I would usually cap for dudes and everything, but in this one, I can't. Especially him, I can't cap for this dude. Absolutely not. He no. I can't do it.
All right.
So,
all
but
right.
thank you though. That's all I gotta say. He was in the wrong. He could have left. He could have left. And then he admit he knew she was drunk. So you gaslit her, just like y'all was talking about. You gaslit her. You knew she was drunk.
Right.
So why would you gaslight her further?
Right.
Say you a drunk bee and all this. You drunk right now. You drunk. Okay, she drunk. Stop triggering her.
All right.
All right, you have a good one.
All right, thank you.
Thank
all right. 9238. Hello. Nine 238. Hello. Caller. Hello. Do you hear me? 9238. All right. All right. So the call-in number to call in is 563-999-3643. If you guys want to be on video, you can click the link. But if you don't want to be on video, then the call-in number is on the screen. I'm gonna be live for a little bit longer. Raw NRG. It says that your device is not connected. So I don't know what's going on with your deal. It says your device isn't connected, but the call-in number is on the screen, 563-999-3643. And if you want to be on video, the link is in the chat. I see Mr. Cadillac with a lot to say in the chat. So you should definitely click the link, Mr. Cadillac. All right. Raw NRG.
Okay. Hey, Nick.
Hey, you hard-headed. I told you the link is
No, my phone started with a 407, girl. I'm like 923. Who is that? I don't know what that is. Okay, friend. Okay, friend.
Go ahead.
This is what I think. I think that you're right on. And the issue right now, and it definitely connects to that Trey Songz things you were talking about. It is get the bag by any means necessary, including selling your whole soul. These babies ain't got no soul left. They ain't even got the sole of their shoes. They changed them to Prada. They don't care. They don't care about their life. They don't care about their livelihood. That is the type of man that will chop you up into little pieces and scatter you across the fucking United States. It happens all too often where women come up missing and nobody knows where they are because they were prostitutes. You prostitute yourself, you get what you fucking paid for. I'm sorry. I'm cursing. I'm cursing. But it's such a passionate issue. I have a daughter that's 25 and God, I pray for her. I pray for her every single day. And I don't think there's enough mothers praying because they didn't teach their kids God. They're little maniacs. They're little maniacs running around godless. And that was what I had to say, Neek. And I love you. Oh my God, you are so godly. And I'm looking at you and you are so fucking beautiful. You are glowing, my dear. Your life is expanding. It is so awesome to watch you from start to finish. You're still growing and you're still young. Oh my God, I love you. And that's it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right,
friend. All right.
You said a little bit too many curse words, but I appreciate it. All right, back to the phone lines. 5166. Hello. 5166. Hello.
Oh yeah, this Khalif. How you doing, Nick?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I know you remember me. I was on the show one time. I just want to get my take on the show. I respect your opinion. I feel like they was both wrong in my opinion, but I seem like we're not putting enough pressure on her. I do agree with you that he was gaslighting, but I also feel like we're not realizing the gaslighting she was doing. Because first of all, she came on the show, and she just to, you know what I'm saying, hype up the stuff, and she was saying she went on there just because she wanted to get a reaction out of them or whatever. Like, we got to start holding her accountable too, because we already know how Tommy Sotomayor is.
Well, according to her, she said that she didn't know that he would be on there, and Fresh and Fit, like whoever their producer guy is, he confirmed that she didn't know that he would be on the show as well.
That's BS to me. I want to say the other word, but I gotta respect, you know what I'm saying, your confidence stuff, but that's BS to me. We know how he is, and I'm not trying to take the blame off him. You feel what I'm saying? I thought he should have handled the situation better since he claims he has so much experience with black women and things of that nature. But we got to put pressure on her too. And she put her hands on that man. Regardless of what he's saying, what type of content creating, she didn't have to be there in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the show was not about him, I guess, per se. It was a group effort, even though she shouldn't have been there in the first place. I don't know that I look at it that way, but
I mean, she knew, if she knew he was gonna be there, it's like.
But according to her, she said she didn't know.
To me, she set herself up.
But according to her and according to Fresh and Fit, they said that she did not know. That's on the video of the live.
What was her thing about her going on the show? Because even if he wasn't there, she know how Fresh and Fit is. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she, like you said earlier, she can't just be that type of black woman. Like, oh, they're not talking about me and this and that. You know what I mean? You can do certain things, but you can't. You know what I mean? And she shouldn't have got that angry to where she gonna put her hands on that man. That was just crazy to me. He didn't know nothing at all. He didn't look forward to sitting down talking to her. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm going to go on the Fresh and Fit show one day, and I'm gonna say this to get a reaction out of her." He probably did that at the moment. I can agree with that.
So you give him the benefit of the doubt of still continuing to film with somebody that he knew he already had flew out, but yet she doesn't get the same benefit of the doubt of taping with him when they both knew prior that they both had an interaction with each other and they both sat there and continued to film.
I agree with that. They both were wrong, but I just feel like we're not. Because the whole gaslighting thing, like, yes, he gaslighted, but I'm just basically saying she gaslighted too. To me, it's equal. Nobody's more wrong than the other to me. We know how this man is, and you know what I'm saying? He supposedly knows how a black woman is. So they both should have been on point with how the other one was going to react, or they both should have been mature about the situation. Neither of them wasn't. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
All right. Thank you, too.
All right. All right. We have Mom Boss Mayo and we have Nikki J backstage. I'm going to go to you guys in a second. But let me take a 0400 and then I'm going to go to you guys who are on video. 0400.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, Nick?
I'm doing well, and you?
Two things that's not sitting right with me. For one, if you already knew what it was, why did you go there? That's number one. For two, if you're so devastated and so destroyed, but you turn down one of the what we call big platforms and you go to where the vibe is at or where wannabes are at. So you turn down this person because you're going to go over here because this is the person that everybody's running behind. So I'm going to take his offer, but I'm not going to go over there. I don't know if you've seen that or know what I'm talking about. But you went and sat on that platform, who's his enemy, but you didn't take the sincere platform. Pay attention, y'all.
I don't know what you're saying. Are you talking about the podcast or?
I'm talking about the podcast. Why did you turn down Storm Monroe, but you went to Kwame?
Are you talking about Shay you talking about after the fact?
Yep.
Oh, okay, well, let's talk about the actual video and
I feel like
Sotomayor.
we as women have to stop thinking that we could put our hands on people. That both was wrong, and I would have never went there because he don't like us. She said she didn't know he was there, but when it was time to sit down, I would have said, "Listen, can I change my seat?" Because I know there's a chance he may say something crazy, and I may have to bop him in the head or whatever.
Okay.
So I feel like going there, period, was dumb, and I feel like just not asking to be attacked when you seen that the seats were so much close. You know what I mean? No, I don't want to sit here. Can I not sit here? You know, I just don't feel comfortable sitting this close to this man or whatever.
Yeah.
But then to say because you seen what happened with somebody else, so now I'm gonna go give it a try. That sounds like something else, and I'm just keeping it real.
I agree with you on that one.
Well, you go if he seen what he did to your sister. What you mean?
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
But just want to share that. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, she had me lost for a second with the platform and then the other platform, and I'm like, what are you talking about? All right, let's bring up Mom Boss Mayo and Nikki J. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Girl, we hear you loud and clear.
Well, let me turn this mic down then, girl. Is it still too loud?
Is that your baby in the back?
Yes, ma'am. You hear him.
Yes, we hear screaming too, girl. We hear everything. What's your thoughts?
Well, I called in because I actually caught her live this morning when she was live talking about it. So I joined in and I was talking to her, basically trying to encourage her. You know, I'm a mother. I'm 40 years old. I'm a mother of 6. And I looked at it as whether she knew he was going to be on there or not, that wasn't his platform. And she was invited to come to that platform. That's what she told me. And she asked, could she bring her friend along with her? So the friend was not invited to be on the show. She was only invited to be on the show. And she asked, you know, I guess she wanted her friend for support. And, you know, we saw how that turned out. No, I don't think it's right for a woman to, you know, put her hands on a man and get all in his face, and, you know, do all those types of things. But I also don't think that it's right for a man to constantly call a woman out of her name and degrade her. And I'm like, if you bought her a ticket and flew her back home because she didn't want to make content with you, then how is she jealous of her friend? Because I mean, she could have stayed and they made the content together if that was the case. So I just don't like how he degrade Black women, and I didn't know anything about him until I started watching Kwame Brown channel, and you know, so that's what led me to Tommy or whatever. And I actually was invited to Kwame channel like 2 weeks ago, and I had the entire platform, and I talked about business credit and, you know, teaching our children, hiring our children, and legacy, and, you know, just things like that, traveling and stuff. And I had someone in there that basically did the same thing to me, what he, you know, is doing to her as far as calling her out of her name for no reason. The only thing that I had did on the previous show was breastfeed my son. And no one saw what I was doing. You just knew what I was doing, you know. So he was like, you know, just calling me like, oh, get this lady off of here. She's a clown, this. And I felt for her when he was doing it, you know, calling her out her name. I'm like, I did nothing to this man. Why is he, you know, coming for me when all I did was breastfeed my son? So, you know, like she was on the platform and he was saying B. But see, what y'all probably didn't hear was he said, that's why your daddy did. And she just buried her dad on Monday. So, you know, like I said, I'm not justifying, putting your hands on anyone. He, as a man, he could have gotten up and just walked away, but he kept on, egging her on, whether she was drunk or not. And then to say that that's why your dad's dead, like that was so hurtful, for him to say. And, for whatever reason, that's why she lunged out. She say she didn't connect. He's saying she connected because he's filing charges. But I just think the whole situation is just, he used her to get what he wanted. Like, he got the reaction out of her that he wanted. So I just think that we need to do better and, try to not let people get those types of reactions out of us. I know it can be hard, but I've been strong. I have not done a live about this person. I have not said this person's name, because I'm not going to feed into the drama and, have that back and forth with you, like, because YouTube is forever, and I don't want my children, to get on here and see their mother on here, acting, not motherly, unless it's someone trying to harm them, then all that's out the window. So I just want to say that I actually spoke with her today for about 30 minutes over the phone. She sounds like a really sweet, nice girl. And we're actually going to talk back later on today. I'm trying to get her into some positive things. So yeah, we actually talked today, and I just hope that the situation, I hope, that the charges, are dropped, and that she just learns from this, situation. And if she saw how they treated another Black female on that platform, whether she knew he was going to be there or not, as I told her this morning, I told her that she shouldn't have went on there, knowing that. And, like I said, she took that advice, and I don't look at her as trying to clout chase or anything. I just look at her, trying to find her way in life. She's 25 years old. She's just
25?
trying to 25, born in 96.
Sheesh.
Born in 96. And I'm like, wow, I graduated in 99. I'm old. Yeah. So I'm like, what was he doing? So yeah, like we talked, me and her have talked, we've been talking all day since.
Well, tell her we would love to hear from her, because
I actually did text her and told her that you would like to, speak with her. I don't go live on my channel. It's something I've been wanting to do. And it's crazy that I ended up on your channel because I watch you all the time. I actually grew up and went to school with the guy, Dani Perry, and the girl that he infected with HIV when you did that.
Oh, that story. Okay.
Yes. So I know them. That's another sad situation, but yeah, I'll let her know. And if she says, okay, I can send you her number. Or
well, I don't want to talk to her on the phone. If she want to come up and
yeah, I'm just saying, like, for you to give her number for her to come up, if if
oh no, she just could click the link. If she clicked the link, I see it's her and I'll bring her up.
Okay.
So just tell her that we probably gonna be on here for like 10 more minutes or whatever, and we would like to talk to her, but I don't want to talk on the phone.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm telling her to see, if she responds.
All right.
On that, but I know it. I just had to come up here. I couldn't just sit back and just watch, what people were saying, knowing that I actually spoke with her. I don't know how many other people she's actually spoken with, but she did take the time out and send me her number. She actually called me and we talked for like over 30 minutes, and it was all positive stuff. And I just was motivating her and just telling her how I felt. Yes, it was wrong for her to, put her hands on him, but also it was also wrong for him to do the things that he was doing to her. And she took the bait. So thank you.
Thank you so much for coming up. But yeah, tell her we live, baby. We live. All right. Before Nikki talks, we're gonna go to 2368. Hello.
Hello, Nick. This is Simply Here. And I had a few points that I wanted to make regarding the whole Tommy thing with this young woman. So, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, I feel like I'm older, just a little bit, but I just feel like Black women, we need to stop being clowns in these Black men's circuits, especially the ones that we know don't rock with us like that. Like, when you have nothing to prove, you don't go where you're not wanted. And I think a lot of times it comes with that whole not all Black women and, that type of rhetoric going through their heads. But when they see that skin that you carry, it negates everything. It minuses everything because they're going to feel the way that they feel. And somebody in the chat had pointed out that Tommy is an elder. That's what make it even more, like dumbfounded. Like you would think with Tommy being older, because there's a difference between elder and older. And he's not an elder, he's older because an elder would have grown with life. Tommy is stuck, just like Pigpen on the Peanuts, Charlie Brown. He's stuck in his misery. And there's nothing, ain't no magical vagina, ain't no red bone vagina, ain't no white woman. None of that is going to clear his misery up. And it's best if you stay away from that type of person because the dirt and all that shit, all that stuff is stuck on you. You know what I'm saying? It's like he walking around with Pigpen syndrome. My Black women, especially my young babies, they so pretty and shiny and new. And it's like putting a 2022 engine in a 1970 jalopy. Like, we got to stop giving these fools the energy because that's all he feeding off of, And I'm not going to knock her because I was a 25-year-old woman. And I've been to the point where I'm ready to knock somebody upside the head. But an elder, no elder Black man has ever done me the way that he did her, regardless of his stance about Black women, not have provoked or just anything to her, and then I think that we should be so elevated that we should be above a Pigpen type of joker like that. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see dirt, you don't run into it. You walk away from it, especially when you shiny and clean. Like we gotta elevate ourselves to the point where, you look at somebody down there.
Yeah.
And that's like my whole thing. And then one more point, Nick. Somebody also had pointed out in the chat, the white women are watching. And baby girl, when I saw that, I thought about, because I, got a little job, whatever, and how these white women be just trying to test my gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to be on my elder peace and love. And these heifers be stuck on thinking Black women are XYZ or I'm a threat or da-da-da-da-da. And when I go to work and I'm feeling good, and they be like, why are you always so happy? And I'll be like, you know what? Just like people pretending like they men, pretending like they everything trans this, trans that. I said, you know what I be pretending like? And they was like, what? I said, I pretend like I'm God and I'm above all this. And y'all just petty peon. And she looked at me like I slapped her. But that's the truth. Like, I'm going to be elevated above all this mess.
All right.
That's all I want to say, baby. I'm going to take myself off this soapbox. And you have a great day. And thank you for this topic.
Thank you for calling in. All right. Let's go to Nikki.
Hey, girl. Okay. So I'm gonna make this quick. I feel like the reason why she went on the show, she was like, oh, I want to see if they're going to treat me different, is ego, right? Sometimes, our ego can get the best of us, right? I feel like that's why people go on Kevin Samuel's show and agree to let him go off on them in front of people. They think, oh, he ain't going to say that to me. I'm cute. That's what they think. Just like why women have babies with men that already have 4 children by 4 different women. It's ego. They always think, not me. I'm special. I'm going to be different.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as Tommy, I've heard his name in these YouTube streets, but I've never watched his channel because I already heard he has a certain type of content, and that's not for me. I mean, I feel like a lot of the times content creators like him who have, or just Cynthia G, anybody who has like a certain niche, they just go for that only. So yeah, she set herself up, you know what I'm saying, to be used, to be a skit, to be a product, because that's really what it was. It's highly unfortunate, but I hope that's a lesson to her and other people. Like, sometimes it's more about the other person than it is about you. You could be a great person, you could be beautiful, you could be this and you could be that. But if that person doesn't have it in their mind to treat you in a respectful way, then they're just not. It's nothing that you can do to change their mind because that's how they are. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, once somebody's stuck in their ways, you can't make them like black women. They don't like them. It's embedded, it's ingrained, and it's there.
They're not gonna see you, this magical unicorn, and think, "Oh, well, I don't like black women, but this one right here, she just no, it's not. It's gonna go like."
They'll stick their wiener in you for sure, but
Oh
they
yeah.
don't respect you at all.
And who knows? Behind the scenes, they may really like black women, but when you're a content creator and you've gotten known for a certain thing, you have to run with that narrative, whether you change your real mind or not, because that's what's bringing in your money and that's what your fans want to see. You got to carry it to the next level and the next level, and that's just what that is, child.
All right. Well, thank you, Nikki, for coming on.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. All right. Let's go back to the phone lines. 3795. Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Am I on the line?
Yes, you're on the line.
Okay, man. Tommy. Tommy has significant mental health issues. Significant. He's like Uncle Ruckus off the Boondocks, if anybody is familiar with that. He basically kind of hates the skin that he's in. He's talked about this ad nauseum about how he was teased in school and how everybody talked about how dark he was and things like that, how his own mother made him feel less than. So a lot of times people always say, well, ain't his mama black? He actually says that his mother has a lot to do with how he feels about black women, which is sad. It's like a perpetuating cycle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing I came on to say is that 1 minute clip is at the very end of a 3-hour show where Tommy and that woman sat next to each other and got along perfectly fine for 3 hours. In fact, they were on another show a couple weeks ago where they did the same thing and got along perfectly fine for 3 hours. So I think a lot of people are looking at this as a snapshot and saying that basically he sat there and called her bees for 3 hours and she took it and, you know, he was gaslighting her, but that's not how the situation happened. The
I don't
situation
think
happened
any of us think that he called her bees for 3 hours. We see when before the exchange of violence happened, he
Right.
was calling her several bees right then.
Right. And that was a buildup that took about 20 minutes. That buildup took 20 minutes where she was basically asking him or telling him that she unfollowed him on Instagram because she looked through his Instagram and seen that he talked about black women a lot and she didn't like it. So he explained himself about why he talks about black women. And she just basically didn't like what his response was. And she kept going. And finally he blew up on her. Oh, no. Finally, she said, well, you know what? I really think this is about the fact that when you flew me out to your house, I didn't have sex with you. And I think you feel some type of way about that. And then that's when he really felt exposed, I guess, what you want to call it. And that's when he started going off. And when now you want to talk about gaslighting, what really set her off is when he said, you're a porta potty, because she's admitted to doing unscrupulous things for bags of cash. And that's really what set her off. And then they went to remove her from the show. And then she tried to hit him with the mic. And that's when the scuffle happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't sit and watch them, so
And that's
you
all
wouldn't
I
have
got to
seen
say.
me. You wouldn't have seen me sitting there for 3 hours. But I don't think that we needed I don't think that the people were looking at it like, oh, he just disrespected her for 3 hours. I think we seen the clip where he was calling her all these bees and then saying her wig was too tight and saying all kind of
Right.
disrespectful stuff and then going from there. So
Yeah. Well, she sparked that off by saying that you flew me out and we finessed you for 2,500 and your D stank and some more stuff. That's what she sparked that off with.
Mm-hmm. Anything else you feel about this?
She's the queen. That's all I got to say.
All right. Have a good day. All right. Y'all are a mess. Okay. I guess we'll end it there. It's a couple more people on the line. I'm not gonna be able to get to all of y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the chat. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. I might be late. I might be live later. So I'll catch y'all on the next one.